I've been fitness walking since I was 12 years old. I found this random book at my older sister's house. It was by a guy named Rob Sweetgall. I think it was called Fitness Walking or something like that. It's probably out of print. And he'd walked the 50 states. I was so inspired, even at that young age. I probably can't walk all 50 states right now, but I can start walking through my neighborhood. And that's what I did. I made my mom drive me to the store so I could find Rockport shoes like he was using in the book. And I couldn't find them in my size, but I settled for a pair, I think, of Nike shoes that didn't look that great. They were walking specific shoes. All these years later, that was like the 80s? No, maybe it was the early 90s. Yeah, it was the early 90s. All these years later, the selection of walking shoes is a little better, but actually it can still be kind of challenging. However, I started walking through my neighborhood. I've been walking ever since. I don't know if fitness walking is officially a sport, but it is something that I am just motivated to do. I've been motivated all these years later. I can round up to 50 now in terms of age, and I still walk every day. If this video is resonating with you, hit that like button. I will love it if you did. Maybe even subscribe. It'll help keep me motivated to keep making more videos like this. Walking is something that you can do anytime and anywhere. You just need a pair of shoes. It's awesome. You can do it in your living room on your carpet without shoes if you want. It's just something that all you need to do is put one foot in front of the other. Humans evolved to walk, and it should be a pain-free experience when you walk, and if not, then there's something going on, you want to figure it out. But over the years, I've tried running many times, and I immediately experienced pain. Shin splints, plantar fasciitis, if that's how you say it, and bursitis. Just these different things that come up, but I don't experience that with walking. We evolved to do this. We can walk long distances and build up to it. If you have problem feet like I do, walking can be the difference between exercising and not exercising. For example, I have flat arches, flat feet. I also have a rare extra bone in my arch that makes my feet look even flatter. But what that does is when I put too much pressure for too long on my feet, my toes fall asleep or my foot falls asleep. It's kind of disturbing. So when I tried cross country in high school, I would have feet that would be asleep by the time I would get to the finish line at the end of a 5K. And I thought, this can't be good. When I've had jobs where I've had to stand for long periods of time, my feet fall asleep then too. I have special inserts. I've gotten special shoes over the years, done feet exercises. But the one thing that I can do every time is walk, and my feet don't fall asleep, no matter how far I go. So I know that it's a great activity to do, even if you have problems. Walking also clears the mind. When I have a bad day, I can just set out on a long walk, and by the time I get back, I feel significantly better. Maybe the problem hasn't gone away, but I feel better. The other thing is that, and it's related to clearing the mind, is that it's a really good stress reducer. Because you get out and you can just breathe and leave the demands of daily modern life behind, and it really can just help reset that stress button. And that's one of the reasons that it's really kept me motivated over the years, because I'm naturally kind of anxious. And so this activity just really calms me down. I know for a fact that it lowers blood pressure. Now, I haven't physically taken my blood pressure while I've been walking before, but I can tell you that every time I go to the doctor, I have a 110/70 consistent blood pressure reading. Walking also helps keep my weight stable. I don't tend to gain very much weight, and when I do, all I have to do is just walk for longer. I found out that if I want to walk for weight loss, I just need to walk an hour a day, but that can mean like taking steps in my home office, or taking extra steps when I'm at the grocery store, or walking longer. Fortunately, there's a park nearby where I live, so that's awesome. I can get out to the park and walk. It's lovely having a lovely place to walk in. I've also found that walking can make you look younger, because I think there's just more oxygen going in your body because there's more blood being pumped. And I can, like I said, I can round up to 50 now, but I've had people say, oh, we thought you were in your 30s. Now, I don't know if that's still true. People haven't said that in a little while, but I'll take it. But honestly, if I just want to maintain fitness or get a quick walk in with my dog, I can get away with half an hour. And that helps to maintain everything, keep everything running smoothly, you know. Something else that I get out of walking is that it really boosts brain power. And it's kind of twofold. I find that if I'm groggy before I start a walk, I often feel really energized afterwards because, again, it comes back to the heart rate going up a little bit, more blood pumping, your body moving, and it gets more oxygen to the brain. And speaking of more oxygen to the brain, that itself is conducive to higher creativity, being able to better problem solve. And so that's also something that I find really beneficial on a walk, is that I can problem solve. If I'm really working on something, chewing on a problem, a long walk will go a long way in helping me to solve that problem. I also don't get sick very often, and I attribute some of that to because of the fact that I consistently walk all the time. I really take measures to try to live an active, healthy lifestyle. So coupled with healthy eating and not touching my face during the day, just always washing my hands before I ever touch my nose or lips or anything like that. I think that all helps me to stay more healthy during the course of a year. But I want to end this with sharing a personal story. I have two older sisters. One is in her 60s, alive, happy, vibrant. The other one was in her 50s, and she is no longer with us. My sister in her 60s takes care of herself, really good care of herself. She's a fitness walker like I am, and perhaps she's where I get it from, I don't know. But she's a fitness walker, eats pretty well, as far as I know, and makes a point in taking care of herself. My sister in her 50s did not. She did not eat right. She did not work out. And there were other things going on for sure. But the difference between the two, I mean, I can see my oldest sister living decades longer. And then my sweet sister in her 50s is no longer here. And that was so heartbreaking. That only happened a couple years ago in 2022. It was just such a mind bend, right? It also was this stark reminder that I really need to take care of myself. Taking care of yourself works. And I have other family members where I can see that example play out. Those who take care of themselves and those who don't. I get that daily life gets in the way. I get that it can be hard to fit in a workout when you're working 12 hours a day or you have a family. It is my goal to share 5-minute workout videos or 10-minute workout videos eventually that you can just squeeze in during the course of the day. Or when you're in the kitchen chopping vegetables, you know, you can take steps in place. I just really so strongly have loved walking, and the benefits in my life have outweighed any reason to not walk. And I loved the idea of sharing that with others. And so that's why I'm creating a series of walking videos. Now, perhaps I'll end up walking the 50 states one day. I don't know if that's a goal. It sure would be cool. But for now, I just fit it into my daily life, even as I work. And I work at a computer. I still try to get 7,000 to 10,000 steps a day minimum. How about you?